Welcome to Cowboy Cano's Country Kitchen. I'm making adobo today because I am surrounded by Filipinos. I gotta learn to make adobo out of self-preservation because our whole family loves the adobo. I have to tell you beforehand though, I'm not very good at it. This is my own style. Raquel has tried to teach me over and over again. I haven't got the rice down either. Now, today I am making adobo manok. Chicken adobo. Cluck cluck adobo. Na 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 na. I want to give you guys some of the basic ingredients to adobo. Now today I am making adobong manok, which is a chicken adobo, but pretty much in the Philippines they'll make it out of anything. Chicken feet, pig feet, they'll make it out of anything. So heart of banana, pork, chicken, beef, if it can be made into adobo, they will make it into adobo. So the basic ingredients of the adobo that I'm fixing today is primary ingredient chicken. Chicken is cubed, pretty 1-inch cubes. And that's all chicken breast, but you can use any kind of chicken you want. Also, we got potatoes. This is a primary ingredient of adobo. We have onions that are kind of thinly sliced, so you kind of get a slivered onion. I have salt, sea salt is what we're using today. Ground black pepper. Now, we may use a different kind of vinegar in the Philippines, but what I have today is apple cider vinegar, and it works really well. It seems to taste really good. And we have bay leaf. We only use a couple of those in the recipe, maybe one, depending on the size of the bay leaf. I have today silver swan. This is the real thing. This is Philippine soy sauce, very nice. And then in lieu of fresh garlic, which is what I'm using today as fresh garlic, you can always use garlic powder. It's better with the fresh garlic, but garlic powder will work depending on what you got in your cabinet. And sometimes, our cabinets are pretty small, so depending on what we got in the cabinet, that's what I'm putting in the adobo. And as long as you got the basic ingredients, you can kind of vary things a little bit. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I have about an 8.5-inch skillet here, I think, and then I'm gonna light the fire. So, and then we're gonna add some mantika. We're gonna add some oil to it. I'm using just a huge thing of vegetable oil because it was on sale. It's pretty cheap. You can use any oil you want. This one actually hasn't even been opened yet. And so I am going to heat the oil right now, and I'm not going to I used a little bit more than I probably should have, but I am not going to use very much oil, you can see. And so to the oil right now, I'm going to add a few of the onions, just a couple to the oil, and then I'm going to add all of the garlic that we crushed it and then chopped it. So that's going to go in the oil, and we're going to let that cook for a while. So I'm sauteing the onions and little bit of the onions and all the garlic, and I'm going to let that brown kind of soften up, stir it as it's cooking, and it'll be a few minutes. As you can see, the garlic is a little brown. It's not burned. We don't want it burned. So I'm going to now add all of our chicken. Now when I cook the chicken, Raquel and I vary a little bit on this because I think I cook mine really brown. I like that flavor. I don't burn it. I try not to burn it, even though I do sometimes, but I just let it really brown before I add the rest of the ingredients to the adobo. So this is going to take a while. When it's finished, I'll be back. So as this is cooking, I probably should have done this a bit ago. I'm going to add some ground black pepper. I've added a little bit of black pepper to this, as you can see. And we're not going to drain it because what's actually coming off of there is a chicken broth. Now, if this was a pork or something where it was all grease, we'd probably drain that off. But we're going to leave that on there. It's a chicken broth. And it's going to be masarap. Also, I'm going to add a little salt right now too. Just a little to flavor the meat. I'm not going to add much. It kind of maybe looks like that in the camera, but it's actually very little salt. The kids usually attack this stuff. They like their moms more than mine probably, but we'll see how it goes. The manok is nice and brown. As you can see right here, it's not black, but it is definitely a good brown, all the way around. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the soy sauce, and you'll kind of eyeball the soy sauce. So I'm going to put that in right now. And then I'm going to add some. This is actually the chicken broth that I got off the chicken, so it browned better, and water. So I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to add the potatoes, the cubed potatoes. So potato and onion. And then here's the bay leaf. I'm just going to put in 2. That's a pretty big bay leaf, but I'll put that in there. We just don't want to overwhelm the flavor. And then I'm going to close that, let it cook, and I'll be back when it's done. My adobo is cooked. Basically, the potatoes are cooked. As you can see, it looks pretty good, huh? So next, what I'm going to do is just turn the fire way down, not completely off, but pretty low. I'm going to add just a spoonful of vinegar. I will put it back on the fire and let it saute for a little bit. So we will test this out with some real, genuine Filipinos to see if it's good. We'll let you know.
Amen. Alright. That's it. This is Daddy's stuff.
Alright, this is my first try after I cooked it.
We have adobo.
You guys like it? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Really? Give me my adobo back.
It's so good, Daddy.
If she gave me the seal approval, it must be good. Here's my plate. So usually I'm Tina Pie, but today I'm Inaboy. What's your favorite thing to eat?
Rice and adobo. Adobo. Rice and adobo.
What's your favorite thing you like to eat?
Fish.
We are bangusless. We have no bangus. Oh yes, we have no bangus.
Subscribe, 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 subscribe,
And share this!